AI, 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 and oh, so much more today. Okay, are fuzzballs real? And do you have to get rid of them? And protein powder? And okay, and a good south wind at 12 miles an hour. We'll talk about the weather. And who built the first fence in the whole world? No, in the new world. AI. And what do the king's tombs curses really mean? Sun came up at 8:03, goes down at 4:50. We'll review the golden rule, and more good thoughts for today will be under review. And I bet we'll approve them all by the time we're done. Yay. Here's the weather for December 21st. In the northeast part, that'd be New York and Massachusetts, cold temps will and cloudy skies with potential snow showers. In the southeast, Florida and Georgia, milder temps, a little bit of rain. In the Midwest, South Dakota, Minnesota, and North Dakota, colder temps, snow likely in many areas due to a mix of weather patterns. Down south, Texas and Louisiana, generally warmer with dry conditions, though some areas might experience light rain. In California and Washington, in the Pacific Northwest, expect rain, and the Southwest should remain mostly dry and mild. The mountain states, Colorado, Montana, cold with a likelihood of snow across the high elevations. In Canada, mild winter day with warmer than average temps in Ontario. The eastern prairies and southern British Columbia, however, at the Atlantic coast, the Atlantic, of the Atlantic Canada and parts of Quebec will experience cold conditions, rain, and snow. As it's summer in Australia, warmer and drier conditions prevail across most of the country, with occasional rain in the northern regions. This aligns with typical summer weather in Australia, where the northern areas tend to have a wet season, while the southern areas enjoy warm, mild conditions.
Morning, Steve Chang. It is cold and windy this morning. It is.
Yeah.
The winds are what?
Oh, 12 miles an hour out of the south.
Mm.
Wind chill of 7, or wind chill of 1 right now. Yeah. And the high today, by the time we're done, will be 24. Now, if you just get out of the wind, you'll be okay today.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty little sunrise, that's for sure.
Morning, Susie Adolphson and Doug Block.
Hi, kids. As winter
What
wraps
is the happy birthday by? Oh, to you back. Okay.
as winter wraps its chilly arms around us, it's important to remember the warmth that community and compassion can bring. Whether it's helping a neighbor shovel the snow, sharing a hot meal, or simply building up for a brisk walk together, every act of kindness heats up our hearts and strengthens our bonds. We encourage people to reach out to everyone, connect, and share the warmth of the season. Even the coldest days are no match for the touch of human kindness. Together, we make it contagious.
Oh, it says happy birthday to Junior Block. Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's his
Hi,
birthday.
Junior.
Junior's not here.
Oh,
It's Junior's birthday. Doug is here, his brother.
Samuel Jackson, his birthday is today. The actor known for his films like Pulp Fiction and The Avengers. And Kiefer Sutherland, out of Canada, famous roles as Jack Bauer in the TV series 24. Man, by the time that show got done, I was glad to see it go. It kind of took a dark turn.
So dark. Yeah, we didn't even finish watching the last few.
Yeah. And then Jane Fonda, the American actress, writer, and former fashion model, known for her roles in Clute and Barbarella. And Ray Romano, the American actor and comedian in Everyone Loves Raymond. That's really made his name. And Frank Zappa, the American musician, composer, and bandleader, known for his diverse musical style. He was born this date, 1940, and died in 1993.
So we have Glenda Johnson, good morning, and
yeah.
Louis Laney, good morning, and Lynn Winker, and Maxine Moyer, Mary Cordell.
Hey, good morning,
Good morning,
everybody.
guys.
Hi.
Yeah, the wind is, woo.
It is a cool one. It's blowing right up my skirt, too. Respect is how you treat everyone, not just those you want to impress.
Where'd the local birthdays go?
I don't know, must be back here sometime.
Okay.
You cannot do kindness too soon, for you never know when it will be too late. Ralph Waldo Emerson. I can find it pretty.
Yeah.
There's the birthdays. Andy Stemwell, happy birthday. Brian Wolin and Brian Olson. Inga Asa, that's my niece.
Yeah.
Junior Block and Tori Simon.
Yeah, it says Junior is 70. That's what this Susie Adolphson just said too.
Well, good we had that confirmed because he's more like 40, maybe 20 sometimes.
Those are our local celebrities.
They are.
And two, we always want to draw attention to the Veterans Crisis Line. If you're a veteran, dial 988 and then press 1. If you're not a veteran, just press 988.
Yeah.
And I recommend putting this in your contacts in your phone. Then in an emergency, you wouldn't have to try to figure out what anything was. You could text at 838255.
Veterans Crisis Line.
Yep.
13-second wait time. Told us.
Jim, don't take Rudolph and nose from him.
Don't take Rudolph Red Nose from him.
You know, he might have to be replaced.
Be kind whenever possible. Dalai Lama said that. And it's always possible. No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. That came from Aesop's Fables.
Yeah, when I read Aesop, they have an AESOP for Aesop's Fables, where ours is AESOPH.
Yeah. And I think there's a story how that H got on there. It's got to do with banking in the old days.
Morning, Karen Tyler.
Protein powder. You ever try that? I'd never heard. Yes, I have. I think I used to have protein powder. In fact, I know I did. That big black bottle with that scoop inside of it. Protein powder is not entirely a scam, but it's often unnecessarily and overhyped.
I probably had 100 big gallon jugs of protein powder in our home. And I always make sure I read labels. And even still, you're just saying, I don't know.
That's good.
I don't know.
It's kind of running back and forth. Protein powders can be beneficial in specific situations, such as for bodybuilders or those with high protein requirements. The protein supplements aren't strictly regulated by the government, and that raises concerns about their content. The supplement industry often exaggerates the importance and benefits of protein powders. While protein powders may be useful, bodybuilders or athletes with high protein needs, people struggling to meet protein requirements through their diet alone, they could all use those powders. And those recovering from injuries need protein powder. If considering such, choose products certified by third-party laboratories like the National NSF. What does that stand for? In
There.
NSF, National. In conclusion, while protein powders aren't entirely a scam, they're often unnecessary for most people. Focusing on obtaining healthcare professionals, you should consult a healthcare professional before incorporating supplements into your diet.
Morning, Mary Jane Foster and Shirley McFarland. Shirley, yesterday a guy from Browns Valley, my hometown, says, "Which one of you is Pickles?" He was thinking maybe one of either Jim or I. His name was Pickles.
Yeah. Jean Jacques Rousseau is on the list of people who have done things. And this list is people who fenced in America in the early days. He's the guy that, I can't remember this.
I can't hang on to it.
Uh,
Wind is so biting.
yeah. He's the first man who fenced off a plot of land saying, "This is mine."
Oh,
Very first fencing put up in America. And he found people simple enough to believe it, that he was the real founder of civil society. They'd say that's his legacy after having fenced off the first plot of land in America. Hmm. And then along comes Will Rogers, an actor prominent in the early 20s.
this is kind of,
Is it getting away?
no, but the legs are, this is a gorilla pod and it looks like it's leaning, like one leg is starting to collapse.
Oh. Yeah. You want to go up for that hand? Got some nice mittens in there. Will Rogers, that actor, and prominent in the early 20s, he made 71 films. He was famous and still is for his vaudevillian rope tricks. He was a famous writer. At one point, he had a newspaper column entitled Will Rogers Says, and it had 40 million people reading it. Will Rogers was full of old pithy sayings. This is one of his favorites. Don't wait to buy real estate. Buy real estate and wait.
Wait to buy what?
Real estate.
Oh, don't wait to buy it and then wait. Okay.
It's only going to get better.
Yeah, as a realtor, I guess I would promote that, but I think when interest rates are insane, unless you got cash, then your interest rates are crazy.
The National Park Service personnel have dotted hundreds of miles of trails with the exact same sign. If you've taken a hike in one of the U.S. national parks, you're familiar with the quote. And that sign has been reproduced and it's all of the parks. It says, "Take care of the land. Someday you'll be a part of it."
Uh,
Uh,
Morning, boy, Tesh. This is the first day of winter. Oh, I get it. There's pressure on it. That's why, because this is.
uh, what wisdom can you find that is greater than kindness? Jacques Rousseau said that too.
Hmm.
A warm smile is the universal language of kindness. William Arthur Ward. Whenever you are confronted with an opponent, conquer him with love. Mahatma Gandhi said that.
Hmm.
And kindness begins with understanding that we all struggle. From Charles Glassman. Hmm? You like Raiders of the Tomb, the Raiders of the Lost Ark, and those kind of movies?
Yeah, I watched all of them.
Yeah, I kind of like those too. This is a story right down that same trail. In November 1922, British archaeologist Howard Carter was the first human to gaze upon King Tuckenham's tomb.
Tutankhamun.
Tutankhamun, well, King Tut's tomb, since around 1324 BC when he was buried. The young pharaoh died in 1324. While there was no curse found on or near the burial site, rumors of one spread far and wide after various members of Howard's team were struck down by tragedies. A decade later, this adventure would inspire the movie. The Curse of the Log Den Pharaoh was highlighted in a movie called The Mummy. That was released in 1932.
Oh, I've only seen the newer ones.
Yeah. And it would go on to be the Rosetta Stone for films of its kind. There is one thing we have learned from this cinema. It's never open a tomb. Just leave those suckers shut.
That's right.
The rule applies to everyone, even the Pope, who might be opening up something called Lucifer's charm, according to social media. You got to listen to this. I don't want to scare you with this. Social media says, uh, why is that tomb at the Vatican? That's a very bad idea. There is no proof that the tomb of Lucifer is anywhere near, at, or under the Vatican. But by this, meaning Lucifer as in Lucifer the Satan. As many have come to understand him in modern times. Therefore, however, there is a tomb, but it's not what it seems. This tomb is from a map of the Vatican underground burial sites found on a website at St. Peter's Basilica.info. There you can clearly see a tomb labeled Lucifer, which it says was probably misspelled. It's easy to understand how this mistake was made, but they believe the original poster was just trying to get a conspiracy theory going for engagement processes.
The legs are collapsing on us.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's got pressure on it.
Yeah. The guide also includes other tombs that are labeled the tomb of, followed by a family name. The fact that Lucifer's tomb isn't labeled as such suggests that someone named Lucifer isn't entombed there. It is thought there was probably a title perhaps associated with some graffiti found on the tomb. So, just in case you ever see that on the web, as clickbait. The highest form of knowledge is empathy. Bill Bullard said that. He did. OpenAI uses customer information to power ChatGPT and other services like other AI providers. It relies heavily on publicly available information that they scrape from the internet to train the generative models. The company behind ChatGPT, originally a nonprofit, now gradually transforming into a more traditional startup, has been relatively clear about how it uses customer data. Like most of its competitors, however, it doesn't tell the world exactly what data its models are being trained on. OpenAI, which faces an array of legal actions from authors, newspapers, and other publishers who say that the company made illegal use of their content, says it offers a number of options for creators to control their facts, figures, and studies are used.
They want the legs of this poor little thing. Oh boy. Wacko, it's wacko. I think the cold is making them collapse.
I bet it is, yeah.
Yeah. I have to get a metal one out.
Yeah. How we doing? Are we doing it? Good. California ground squirrels kind of changed a little bit in their life. they've been observed hunting, killing, and eating voles. We see a few of those little voles around here. But for squirrels to run out and hunt them, grab them, and eat them, they say that's the first recorded evidence of squirrels eating meat.
It's the first what?
That's the first recorded evidence of squirrels eating meat.
Okay.
Researchers from the University of Wisconsin in Eau Claire and the University of California, Davis, documented this behavior at Reynolds Regional Park in Coastal County during June and July of 2024. That activity peaked in early July. At the same time, a sudden rise in vole population was observed. So, that's just nature's way. Got too many voles. Somebody's going to start eating them. Squirrels, you're up. Go get them. So, squirrels eating meat. That's crazy. I guess, you know. And then rats are interesting. Do you know how rats send messages by mouse code? Mouse code. One of the most sincere forms of respect is listening to what another has to say. Brian H. McGill said that. And spread love wherever you go. Let no one come to you without leaving happier. That's Mother Teresa. To handle yourself, use your head. To handle others, use your heart. To handle the wind, just get on the other side of the house. I'm thinking.
We don't have another side. We have to have four sides. And we have
Yeah, we only have a two side for the decks.
the decks, yeah.
Okay. Well, it blew a lot of pages. I was going, what the heck happened here? Okay. To handle yourself, use your head. To handle others, use your heart. Eleanor Roosevelt takes credit on that one. Okay. You cold over there? Your hands got to be freezing. Or not. If you're finding fuzz balls on all your garments, even with proper care and maintenance, it might be time to break out the old fabric shaver. You have one of those, don't you?
Yeah, I got the cool electric one too.
Oh, does it work good?
Yeah, it's amazing. So rechargeable. Plug it in for X amount of time and
No?
that's good for a long time.
Well, this article said it can be a miracle worker, but some miracle comes with strings attached. The strings here. You need to especially be careful when shaving pills off your clothes because you run the risk of damaging them. And Alexander Ekman, the wire cutter editor where this story comes from, and resident textile and menswear aficionado, warns that being too shave happy can cause fabric shaving to be inherently bad for the fabric, but often only minorly so. And so it's the easiest way to get rid of peeling, he says, but you have to be a little careful. I think, he says, in the interest of getting people to wear and enjoy their clothes, it's the lesser of two evils. And you should be careful when using a fabric shaver, just as you would when using a razor on your skin. Keep the setting on light and avoid pushing too hard or fighting with the garment. It's okay if the peel is not coming out, but if you mishandle a shaver, you may end up causing more peeling instead. Gently gaze kind of over the entire surface and don't linger one place too long. You should not, however, use a fabric shaver on delicate fabrics such as lace or cashmere or thin wool knits.
Guess I haven't seen pilling on some of those fabrics anyway.
Instead, for those materials, use a sweater comb. I didn't know there were sweater combs. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm with you. A thief in Colorado stole the baby Jesus from a local nativity scene, and upon reflection, returned the statue with an apology note. The Grinch tried to steal Christmas by stealing that baby Jesus from the old town square. And they had a picture of the suspect, but days later, that figurine has not been found. It was anonymously dropped off at a fire station in Fort Collins, along with an apology note. I'm really sorry. I made a dumb mistake. It just had something that happened in the moment, and it won't happen again. Some fingers on the statue appeared to be broken off, but it was unclear if the figurine was damaged prior to the theft. Police say no further information was obtained, and they're probably not going to really press it very hard.
Hmm.
Well, that was good, you guys. Good and cold is what it was.
See up there?
Yeah.
Yeah, the tripod now is failing. So, what time is tonight?
Uh,
4:50. So be out here. Oh, let's see. That's a different. Half hour before. I'm just gonna go with half hour before that. See ya. Bye bye. Love ya.
Stay warm.